All right, folks, John Rush here today. My son, Richard Rush, is not with me, so I'm using a tripod today, so this will be a little bit of a different review, but I'll get the best that I can done, and hopefully we'll even get the driving portion in. So, review 2017 GMC Acadia Denali, new for 2017. Really good looking lines on this car. They've done some great things to it. With the update, this car is 700 pounds lighter. I should say this SUV is 700 pounds lighter than it was before, and frankly they've done a great job on this vehicle. As we get into it and we show the interior and some of the things there, you'll just see right away that they've done an exceptional job on this car. Pricing $50,865, 3.6 liter V6, 310 horsepower, and we've been in the low 20s, 20, 21, 23, depending upon how we're driving the vehicle. So we've done really well when it comes to fuel economy for the size of the vehicle, because you can fit a full, in this particular vehicle, 2, 3, plus another 3, so there's your passengers in the vehicle. And again, we'll get into some of that in just a minute. Some of the features that this vehicle does have, the one we drove: front pedestrian braking, forward collision braking, low speed braking, a following distance indicator, automatic high beams, rear seat reminder, which what happens is if you open the rear doors before you open the front doors, there's a reminder that tells you as you're exiting the vehicle, please check the back seat to make sure that you've not left anything behind, especially children. That's what it's really for. Front wheel drive and all wheel drive versions. This happens to be the all wheel drive, and I will tell you, turning radius and the way this car handles, the way this vehicle handles, I should say, absolutely fabulous. GMC, you've done a great job. This car actually is as agile, make sure I say it again, is as agile as our Grand Cherokee that my wife drives. So GMC, great job. You've done a really good job on this vehicle. I tell you what, I'm going to go take the camera off the tripod. I'll give you a walk around of the vehicle and let you get a little bit closer look of the 2017 GMC Acadia Denali. All right, folks, again, I'm behind the camera today just because of the way we've had to do the review. I just want you to get a good look around the vehicle. They've done a really great job on the styling. The Signia, I should say the signature GMC grille. You'll notice even the little GMC that they've put right into the headlamps. They've done a great job. Projector beam lights there, as you can see. And again, styling on the vehicle, I think GMC, you've done a great job. I really like the looks of the vehicle. You've done a really great job of making the vehicle look more, I should say, SUV-ish rather than truckish, which again, coming from GMC as a truck maker, great job, GMC. You've really done a good job. It's a really good-looking, sleek-looking vehicle. I really like the lines on the car, and SUV, I should say. I keep saying car because when you look at it, it does not look like a truck or really even a standard SUV. They've done a really good job on the lines of the vehicle. So I'll tell you what, with the keys in my pocket, I'm going to yank them out real quick and open up the back. Let me let you get a little bit better look of the back here. And it looks really good. Again, GMC, you've done a great job on the vehicle. So as we open the back hatch, hit it twice. Let me just show you the back end. Now the seats are folded down as we speak. So cargo volume, just so you know, 41.7 as is, 79 if you actually fold the middle seats down, which I'll show you that here in just a moment as well. But you can tell there's just a little tether here. You just pull that up, and the seats will actually come up. Headrest will flip up, and I'll get around to the front here, and you can see now not a ton of room here. And I apologize. I said earlier that this was a 233. It's a 232. So you're actually getting 3, 6, 7, 8 passengers is all. Am I saying that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sorry, 7 passengers, not 8. Make sure I count right. So 7-passenger vehicle. You'll notice that the seats up in this third row, not a ton of cargo room back here, so you're going to sacrifice some there. You know, not a big deal. There is some storage compartments back here where you can put some things, and then fold this flat and have some more storage on back, or on top of this, I should say. And again, to put the seat down, you just pull the little lever and it does fold flat. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to hop around to the middle seat real quick and actually lower that down so you can see what that looks like, and then see what the leg room looks like, and I'll adjust the tripod accordingly. All right, folks, 2017 GMC Acadia Denali, and as you can see, I've got this particular seat in such a way that you can enter and exit that third row seat. I just wanted to show you how much room is actually there. So you can see pretty decent amount of room here. And if I want to slide that back, just slide it back, fold it in, and you'll notice pretty decent amount of room here. Now this passenger seat is all the way back. I'm going to go get this on the tripod and show you what that looks like with me actually sitting in the seat. All right, as I said, this seat is all the way back, and you can see from looking. The driver's seat is set for me at about 5'10". This seat is all the way back. More than enough room in this middle seat, and my wife even commented on this vehicle as we drove it around this past weekend. It's New Year's weekend, and we were in behind it for quite a little bit, did some shopping in it and so on. And she even made the comment, her Grand Cherokee, and again, granted, the Grand Cherokee is not as big of a vehicle, but it's one of those vehicles that you're going to compare this vehicle to. Third row of seating that you don't get in the Grand Cherokee. And even she commented, more leg room, more back seat room in this car than what you're getting in the Grand Cherokee. Yet when I put the cars in the garage and they're both in there, and I'll show you even, frankly, I could probably show you a picture of that in a little bit and let you see the difference. Really, overall, not a lot of difference externally speaking between this vehicle and the Grand Cherokee. So GMC, good job of just the overall getting all of the space to just really work together. Nice headroom in here, grab handle here, good apportionments throughout, little wood grain trim on the side, door pocket. Great job. In the back seat, one thing I should mention, both of these seats are heated on the outer seats, I should say. You've got plenty of USB ports. In fact, this vehicle has USB ports front, middle, and rear seats. Lots of safety on this vehicle, and you can also control your HVAC from this particular console. From the console, and there's a fold-down cup holder, or I shouldn't say cup holder, fold-down, or not a fold-down. There's a pull-out storage tray here in the back seat if you want to utilize that as such. Door pockets, of course, and there is, as I look here, a center armrest with a couple of cup holders here in the back, if you can see around me to see that, and a 60/40 seat here in the back. So, and I should say, reclining as well. I almost missed that part and forgot to say that. So reclining middle seat as well, which is pretty standard in this segment. So GMC, again, great job. And this seat will actually fold up. Okay, as I said a moment ago, this seat will fold, I shouldn't say fold up, it will fold flat. If the back seat was down, you would notice that we have a nice full flat floor throughout to give you lots of cargo capacity in the vehicle. So just something I want to make a quick note of. This seat does fold down flat and gives you really a nice flat surface all the way through. Let's hop into the front seat. All right, folks, I'm going to leave that other door open a little bit to allow a little more light, and we are in our southernmost, our sun's in the most southern part as it could be this time of the year. And we'll do the driving portion a little bit later here, but I wanted to get this in before we actually lost all of our sun for today. And just make sure I cover all of my notes here. So again, lots of safety features on the vehicle throughout. You'll notice in here in the interior, very, very, very nice apportionments. Exactly what you would think of when you look at a Denali. GMC, again, great job. You've really made this vehicle nice. Glasses, sunglass holder up here. All of your telematics, OnStar and such is here. Heated and ventilated front seats. Nice console in the middle. You've got all your different driving modes here, whether you want to do two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, automatic, towing a trailer, snow, all of that is right here in front of you. Lane departure switches on the side here as well. Dual climate control, which again, you can actually sync up. And the audio stereo system comes with CarPlay or Android Auto. We've talked about that in some of our reviews in the past. You just hook it up. The one downside to either of those systems is you have to put the cord into the USB and actually be tethered in that way. Not a big deal, but it's just something to think about. Heated steering wheel, of course, push button start. Again, GMC, you've done a great job. Lots of automatic features on this vehicle, so much so that really what you really ought to do is just get out and test drive this vehicle, and let's do that ourselves. We'll take a quick moment here, and we'll take a quick test drive in the 2017 GMC Denali Acadia. All right, folks, we're now taking a drive, 2017 GMC Acadia Denali edition. As I go to reverse, you'll notice the around view camera, and there's a UPS truck behind me, so I'll tell you what, let me get out of the way here real quick for him. You can see the grid lines right here, and enough said. I'll just start driving. We'll make sure the UPS driver can get around me. So before I start driving, just give you a few more things on the Acadia that I didn't get a chance to cover because I was by myself and didn't have a cameraman. Richard's now back with me. You can tell, snowing outside here in Colorado, automatic wipers are on, and you'll just notice again the layout inside, dash, everything. Actually, the more I drove this vehicle, the more I really fell in love with the vehicle. I really like it. So before I do the driving portion and talk a little bit about it myself, Richard, what are your thoughts on it?
I really love this car. As some people would know, we're in the market for this car, my wife and I, and she, I guess, said that this is going to the top of her list after not thinking that it would. just based on, honestly, her past history with GMC and GM in general. And you know what? Her mind was changed. Just the layout of the car, how it operates, honestly, for the price as well. And that's the last thing I'll say. Some people are going to say, wow, $50,000 for a car is a lot of money. However, you get quite a bit of features. I feel like a lot of standard features on this vehicle, and honestly just kind of bumps it up just a little bit. So in my opinion, 2 thumbs up, but let's take a quick drive and show them.
And I think Richard just said it all. The people that I've talked to as well, so far I haven't met a single person yet that didn't like the look of this vehicle. Now granted, they're not driving it, but just from the outside in, just the looks part of it, everybody that I've talked to that's seen the vehicle likes the new look. GMC, you did a fantastic job on that. So just again, another thumbs up there. But as far as the way the vehicle drove, in fact, my wife, again, I showed you guys the picture or the video in the garage, the difference between the Grand Cherokee and this, and the fact this vehicle, 3rd row seat, not that much longer than a Grand Cherokee, and yet has so much more functionality to it than our Grand Cherokee that even my wife kept asking, what's this car cost? I mean, the more we drove it, she was sort of like Richard's wife. She just started falling in love with the vehicle the more and more we drove it, which frankly, those of you listening right now or watching the video, I should say, that's something. My wife typically doesn't comment on too many vehicles that we drive. I drive a press car literally every single week of the year. So my wife is in and out of a lot of different vehicles. For her to comment that way, she rarely does. That says a lot about this vehicle. So great power on this vehicle, by the way. The only complaint of this vehicle, and I've only got one complaint, and this isn't anything to do with the vehicle itself, but this press car, it's got 3,700 miles on it, 3,699. And granted, press cars get drove pretty hard. The tires on this vehicle, with the little bit of snow that we've got outside, just does not work that great. I would have to put more of a mud and snow, more of an aggressive tire on this car to really have it function properly in the snow. Outside of that, though, I have virtually no complaints with this vehicle. It worked fabulous. It's a thumbs up for me. And as Richard said a moment ago, I feel like it's a fantastic value. So I would go visit this vehicle, go test drive it at your local GMC dealer. And when you do, please tell them that you heard them on or saw them on Drive Radio.